Welcome to Andrew and Andrew's Book Club. I'm Andrew Kennedy.
And I'm Andrew Smith.
And today we will be introducing to you 6 very important action books. We have 3 guests tonight. Our first guest is Mr. Landon Underwood.
What's up, everyone? I hope you guys love the gift today.
Oh, thank you. Our second guest tonight is Caleb Gass. And our third and final guest is Caleb Higgins. Welcome, and today on Andrew and Andrew's Book Club, our first guest is Landon Underwood, introducing the books If I Stay and Where She Went.
Gail Foreman first began her career when she started working for 17 magazine about 10 years ago. And then later in 2009, she left the magazine company and began writing her first book, If I Stay. Gail Foreman wrote this book because her friends and family all grew up playing musical instruments. However, she did not. She also grew up in Oregon, the location where this book takes place. Alright, the first book I'm here to talk about is If I Stay by Gail Foreman. If I Stay is about a girl named Maya who is becoming an up-and-coming celloist in the state of Oregon. And she has a boyfriend named Adam Wilde who is also in a band that is up-and-coming. And one day she has a school cancellation and her parents decide to drive their family to their grandparents' house. On their way to their grandparents' house, the family gets in a car accident. The brother and Maya go to the hospital to get treated for their injuries, and the parents are killed on sight. At the hospital, Maya realizes that she is not in her body, but she's in a state where she can decide if she's going to go to her parents in heaven or if she's going to stay with her boyfriend and her grandparents and all other remaining family members. In the second book, Where She Went, it talks about Adam Wilde and the life through his eyes 3 years after the crash that his girlfriend was in. The themes of these books are that you don't know what you have until it's gone. And in the future these books will be relevant because life is full of tough choices and one choice can affect the make a total different outcome of your life.
Sorry for the interruption, but we have some breaking news.
Here at the library, we've been having some problems with thievery. Hello? Is this the police station? There's a robbery in progress right now here at the library. Please come as quickly as you can. Thank you.
Back at the desk, we are here with Caleb, and he's going to explain his book, I Am Number 4.
The author of I Am Number 4 is actually 2 authors who take on one name for this series of books. It is James Frey and Joby Hughes who take on the name Pittacus Lore. James Frey is the main author who wrote the book, and Joby is more of an advisor to the book. I Am Number 4 is about a teenager who is on the run from the Mogadorians. Him and 8 others fleed to Earth from a planet called Lorien. The Mogadorians were taking over Lorien, and that's why they came to Earth. They are constantly on the run and changing their identities. As the story continues, 3 of the 9 are killed, and number 4 is next, who is John Smith. The theme of I Am Number 4 is that it's important to stick together through hard times and to stand up for what you believe in. The relevance of this book is that there will always be times that you have to fight for what you believe in, and no matter when or where you are in the future, you're always going to have to make choices.
Our third and final guest today is Kaylee with The Power of 6.
The author of my book is Pittacus Lore, who is actually James Frey and Joby Hughes. James Frey used to be an alcoholic, and he was addicted to drugs. And he wrote 2 books explaining his addiction and how he went through it. After he wrote those 2 books, he started writing the series I Am Number 4 with Jody Hughes. And they have become very popular, and I Am Number 4 was actually made into a movie. The Power of 6 picks up from I Am Number 4, where John Smith, who is Number 4, his friend Sam, and Number 6 are fleeing Paradise, Ohio from the Magadorians, who are trying to kill off all of the guard. While Marina, Number 7, is living in Spain with her sapien, Maria. Marina is trying to find Number 4 and Number 6 so that they can unite and find the other guard before the Magadorians kill them all. The theme of The Power of 6 is to fight for what you believe in and to stick with your group in these hard times. This book is relevant to the future because no matter what period it is, people are always going to go through hard times and are going to be faced with situations where they are going to have to question their beliefs.
Thanks, you guys, but your novels are nothing compared to ours. Andrew, what was your novel about?
Okay, Christopher Paolini is the author that wrote this marvelous book. He actually started right after he graduated high school at the age of 15. He was homeschooled, and by the age of 18, it was being published by his parents. They owned a small publishing company, and then later on, when they were touring the country, selling the books, a larger company saw it and started mass producing the book, and then it became the New York Times #1 bestseller in 2006. My book is about a young teenager who is living with his uncle and cousin, and he lives in a small isolated town in a valley, and one day he's hunting in the forest and an egg appears in front of him, and then a couple months later a dragon suddenly hatches from the egg, and then a couple days later some strangers appear in their small isolated town, and then his uncle dies, is murdered by these strangers. So Aragon, the teenager, sets off for revenge with Brahm, the storyteller, that knows all about dragons. Will he get his revenge or not? You'll have to see.
The theme of this book, Aragon, is to make the best of your situations. That even if you come from rough backgrounds, you can still be great. Aragon goes through tragedies, family loss, and other things that other teens today still do and will forever in the future. And it just is a book that helps you deal with it and shows you a way that you can turn your hurt into determination and make something good out of the worst.
That seems very intriguing, Andrew. My book, Black, was written by Ted Decker. He has a strange background wherein he was very young. He was taken to Indonesia to live with his missionary parents, where he lived in a headhunter/cannibal tribe where several of his own friends and family were actually eaten alive by some of those people. This has provided for many twists and turns in his books and has inspired him to do some dark themes in some of his novels. Black is about 2 men who want to try and take over the world. They're from Russia. They know that the only way that they have a chance is if they use biological warfare. So they steal a virus from Rayzone Company, which is a French pharmaceutical company. This virus has only one cure, and the only people who have that cure are the Russians. So they can take over the world. This man named Thomas Hunter is the only man who can stop them, because as he is living in New York, he meets up with these men who try and kill him, but a bullet grazes his head and he eventually becomes knocked out. He wakes up in this parallel universe where he also has to save that world from the evil that has been unleashed upon it.
The theme of Black is human fallibility and that nobody is perfect, which definitely relates to today and will in the future. Everybody makes mistakes, everybody screws up, and the choices you make and the actions you take affect people you know, yourself, and even people you don't know, which will definitely be relevant to today, tomorrow, and 50 years from now.
Well, thank you guys for coming out and trying to compete with our splendid books here. We have some small gifts to give you guys.
Landon, would you please come up?
Thank you very much.
Merry Christmas.
Joe? Here you go.
Thank you.
Monica.
Thank you. Thank you.
Kaylee?
Merry
Thank
Kwanzaa.
you so much.
Very welcome.
This is Andrew.
This is Andrew.
Signing off.